Hi there, it's Anna, founder of Badass Branding Agency, and today we'll check insights of the day that I have of leading the team of brand designers. The first thing that I see is progress is super flat and it's super not visible for really substantial period of time, and then it might blow up or it might not. And we are currently in this stage of not blowing up, of being super stable, of growing just 1 centimeter at a time. That's too little and it takes patience, and sometimes I lack it. Like I slapped the table today just because my laptop wouldn't work. I'm not an emotional person at all. I'm never showing that to anybody or to my team or nobody. But what's going on inside there, that's a lot. But keeping myself super stable and organized and productive just for the sake of this unstable business and just for the sake of it blowing up at some stage, that's what I'm doing it for. Let's dive into all the insights that I have. The first thing is, it's quote from Bill Gates: people overestimate what they can do in a day and underestimate what they can do in a year. Yesterday I worked from 4 a.m. to 11 p.m., meaning the whole day. I worked for like 19 hours or something, and then I went for a run late at night, and then I went to bed. I saw that I'd be able to wake up at 4 a.m. today. I didn't. Why? Because my body refused to. I don't know what was that. Unfortunately, I woke up later, like at 7 or so. Still, I am trying to have it all managed and have it all done in a day, but it's not possible. With the amount of tasks that I have, it's not possible. And what is getting me here is that maybe I'm being overproductive and I'm not focusing on the right thing. So I believe that I can do much more in a day, and I can't. But I can do actually much more in a month, in 3 months, and in a year than I thought I would. It's so interesting. Now I am proud of telling people that I have a team of 3 designers working with me, and I have the agency, and we actually have some clients who are interested in branding and all of that. And now I'm proud of saying that. But it took me like 3 and now almost 4 months to build that from scratch, and 4 months before that of just planning and preparing and doing the portfolio. And that's not a year yet, but a lot of hard work put into that. And I see that we are growing and we are moving somewhere, but it takes time. And in the scope of one day, it does not look significant. It's like, I can just skip this day, nothing's gonna happen, or I can do like 50 things in a day and still nothing's gonna happen. But if you look at doing this consistently for a week or for a month, then you will see the result. And it's so interesting that our mind can't just comprehend that. Mine won't. So I'm trying to fit that all into one day, and I can't. Or especially when we have really long projects or payments due or something delayed, I start panicking and I start fixing all the problems at once, and I can't just focus on one thing, at one core thing. That's all I need, just focus on one core problem in a week. That's what I said in one of the previous insights videos, right? Yeah, trying to keep that quote of Bill Gates in mind, to stay productive, to believe in what I'm doing, but not overwhelm myself with not core things. Because it's interesting, if I will wear myself up in one day, in the following day, I won't be even physically able to function, and my business would lose from it. I'm not saying like taking long buses and resting for the whole day just to be shining and super beautiful for the upcoming day of some negotiations, but just getting enough sleep, that's cool for a business owner, just to be sane in his own mind, in your own mind, and function okay. Insight number 2, business. I wrote here like a lot of insights, so I'll be reading them. I'll be more constructive this way. Business is all about owners' attitude, level of education, connections, and being ready to experiment. What I see in my clients is we do the project often the way this client wants. I didn't say that correctly, actually. So what I see in my clients is that some of them are coming to me and they know that they need like bare minimum of design, but they don't care about all the details, about icons. They just need sales. They just like, get me this page. I don't care whether that's template, whether people have seen that. Just give me the logo, that's like print the name in some font, and that's it. We're done here. Yeah, these are pretty productive people, but they are not thinking long term. They're not thinking carefully. But only then, when I show them some of the videos, like why do you need a brand that in long term you'd benefit and you'd multiply your money from that? Well, it's hard to convince those people, but it actually works. And those who are smart, who are approaching their business and the thing that they're doing as the most important thing in their life, and they are taking care of it, and they are loving it, and they believe that it can be the best product in the niche, they would really put some thought, time, and effort into it, and that would actually work out. Not those who are just trying to pick up all the money right away. Because that's just short-term gain, and you would wear that company off. Nobody's gonna benefit from it, only you short-term, and you won't build any long-lasting, I don't know, money status or whatever that you want. So it's interesting how different products and brands develop throughout years just because of the owner's attitude. If this someone is persuasive, is hardworking, is systematic, consistent, and he really dedicates to growing the brand, then everything goes well. And I actually admire those people. They are sometimes challenging to work with, hard to keep up with. They know what they're doing maybe best, but it works out for them. And there are others who are not sure what they're doing. It's all about the psychology of a human nature. They are not just sure that they are competent enough to do that project, that they are ready enough, that they have enough of education or experience in the market, and then they're doing mediocre. Why? Because they are just afraid of being the best. Some people are just afraid of getting the money that they want. It's true. I know that. I am afraid of a lot of things that I don't have and I want to have. Subconsciously, I am afraid of that. And a lot of these not confident people just are afraid of doing research or going to some consultation or getting really high quality service, which they actually can, but it just psychological restraints that are stopping them from doing it. So it really depends. Business really depends a lot on the owner's attitude and how productive he is on his approach. If he is super serious and he is super over controlling, everybody's gonna be afraid of him. Nobody's gonna love him or be dedicated to the company, but they would be doing a good job just because they are afraid, right? That won't last long, but that would be of high quality. You'd have like a lot of personnel changing in the company, right? Personnel flow, or how it's called. There are also some people who are, I don't know how to put that correctly, but they are lazy. And they are not checking anything on time. They are not organizing or planning strategically. They are getting distracted easily. They are not focused enough. Then their team see that and they know that they can be late with their project. They can not be on time. They can skip meetings, because just set this example to your employees. Some of business owners are way too friendly, and they often lose a lot of money on that just because they forgive a lot of team members not being competent enough, or they also forgive their partners not delivering the level and the standard of work they agreed upon, so they just pay and try to stay nice. There are a lot of traps that I see, and what's even more upsetting is that I notice all of them in myself. Some days I behave as I'm a super controlling person, but then I get back and I sit objectively and think that no, there are cases when I did not control anybody at all and it was good, just because the work was great. But there are also cases when work is objectively bad and then I become controlling because I'm trying to get the best result and I'm trying to teach somebody how to work. So it's different, and it's really hard in a lot of times not to be emotional, to pull back, to start thinking constructively and have really great logical thinking and analysis here, critical thinking here. Then I also have a major problem with being too nice, because I say everywhere and in social media and everywhere that we are badass and we are doing shit that, like, we do not care about people's opinion on that. We just want to stand out in the market. That's what I say, and that's what I truly think. That's not me being fake or anything. But then I listened to one of the podcasts, one man, I'm not sure, that's Robert Greene, I think. He said that people are like actors. They are acting in their life because they behave differently with their parents, with their group of friends, with their partner, with their clients. They won't say the same words, or they won't use the same gestures with different people. And that's what I do. And when I am getting in contact one-on-one with somebody, I am becoming super nice, I am becoming super pleasing and super serving. Deeper in the project, I would be able, of course, to state some of the arguments against some of the decisions that client would make just to get the project and results really great. But I am not being badass on the calls. That's what I noticed. That's the problem. I need to be more of a serious, not just people pleasing, not just being overly nice. It does not truly express sometimes what I think about the project. It's not serving my clients. When I see really bad ideas, I will reject them, but I'll be doing that so nicely you won't even notice. So, well, maybe I'm doing that right. I will get back to that and I'll think over it. It really affects how business owner behaves. Next insight, number 3, being productive is dangerous because you can get into some rat race. That's what happened with me last couple of days. I just been doing a lot in a day, and as I said before, I was not just focusing on the course thing, I was just jumping from task to task, and I was productive like anywhere. Like, I was not productive at all. The next insight, all the things people hear about your product matter, all the tiny little detail. And same goes for your mind. Whatever is that you consume throughout the day to relax, whether you want it or not, it impacts you. It's like food, junk food. You're saying to yourself, this is just once, this is just to relax, this won't harm me. But these chemicals inside your gut, they don't care. They would harm your health. Like, they did not ask your permission to harm yourself. So same would go for any series, films, or podcasts, or people you're talking to, or ad that you see, or reels, or TikToks, whatever is that you consume. Nobody's gonna ask your mind's permission whether it would affect you. That would just definitely, most definitely, for sure, would impact you and your decisions and your attitude and your beliefs. And I had a conversation recently with my group of friends that people are so easily manipulated these days. Okay, there are a lot, I'm not gonna get into it, but there are a lot of people that are really deeply convinced about some specific political party or some conflict or whatever. And they really truly believe in that, and they really deeply care, and they write a lot of comments about that and say, leave that reality. But that, like, okay, we'll get it there. I do not remember who said that, but any strong opinion of a person was somehow planted into his mind. Like patriotism. There is no true person who would naturally from birth have that patriotic feeling that was planted in our minds. So it's really easy to get manipulated. I'm not saying about this specific, that was just example. People can be manipulated in any ways. And if you are watching some silly show just to relax, you subconsciously would start comparing yourself to people who are doing worse than you, and you'd stop pursuing the goals and being as maybe active or productive as you can be or you won't be. You will let yourself be worse just because there are other people and you start comparing yourself to them. So it's really, you should be careful about what you're consuming. And same here with this personal experience, it applies to brands. How? When you think that people talking about your brand or making posts or stories or just telling their friends or seeing ad or banner or website, it doesn't matter, it matters. All the tiny detail counts, like food that you consume, like content that you consume. And it all should be consistent, it all should be systematic, it all should be on the same standard level, and you should benefit from it. Like, you actually, by doing branding or by writing strategy for yourself or following the plan or staying consistent, you are the one who is setting the rules of this game, and you are the one who would get the benefit of it. If you won't be controlling the narrative of your brand, I'm really saying this, you should be controlling the narrative of your brand. Like, what are the messages that you're translating? What's your slogan? What's your mission? What's your purpose? What are you doing here? What's your tone of voice? What are the celebrities you collab with? What are the events you do with your brand? What are the bloggers that you follow? What are the people that you talk to? All of these tiny details, they actually combine, they form the reputation of your brand. And sometimes brands get canceled because some of these details are not acceptable in the society because you did a mistake, okay? Or what is worse is not to be canceled, but be just average, not be noticed even. Because your values, your followings, your actions, your events that you pair with, your posts that you make, your story that are so average, like nobody's gonna even remember that. That's the worst. Every detail counts. Here you go. And number fifth, I'm sorry, I forgot how to speak. Surround yourself with people that would challenge you. That would be sometimes even hard to work with because they would be hard to keep up with. We dislike that. It hurts our ego. I keep losing my subscribers by showing that I run daily, so I share less about design, sure, but how is that different? I just irritate people. I see that, like, I've lost like 100 or so, it's not much subscribers on my personal account, but I've been showing for past months, even like up to 2 months, that I'm running daily, and I've been posting less in Ukrainian language. I was posting more in English language, and I also stopped posting a lot of educational content about design. I was just starting this motivations and quotes and business stuff because that's the thing, the period I am in at the moment. That's what's interesting to me, and if I actually don't care. Yeah, so that's interesting to me, and I think it's important, and I think it's valuable. It's actually true and valuable. It helps me to grow the business, so I'm sharing that with you just out of kindness. And there are a lot of people who get really irritated by that. I don't know why. That's super stupid, and it's funny. It's actually flattering sometimes. Yeah, like, it's flattering. It serves my ego. Yeah, they just unsubscribe because why? I have answered to that. They are too weak to challenge themselves. Because when I see somebody doing better than me or doing something that I can't do or doing something, I get envious, like naturally. I get envious, I get this negative feeling. What I do here, I might either truly try to compliment them honestly and understand how they do this and like be proud of them, because the more I connect with these people who are better than me in some ways, the better I become, and that benefits everybody and it motivates them as well. Because they are doing, in some way, they are doing it for their recognition, and I give them this recognition, right? So they are feeling good, and I honestly, I'm not like being fake or anything here. And I benefit from the fact that I know these people and I'm friends with them. I like having connections and friends that can do things better than you do is super, like, it's not that just it's beneficial in materialistic way. It's not. It's beneficial to you in all the ways, in psychological. Um, yeah, that's it. That's all the benefits that you might have. Maybe in professional way, I don't know. So if you surround yourself or get the team of A players who are doing sometimes better than you, who know more than you will win from that, because you are who you surround yourself with. That's basic, but it's so interesting that people unsubscribe just because they feel threatened, just because they are weak to get out of their comfort zone, just because they are just getting rid. Like there is universe sending you signs that you can start doing sport maybe or go into the gym, and there are people who who have started doing it, right? So it's kind of great. You can do like have runs together with them. Why not? You can just motivate each other and be each other's sport bodies, productive bodies, whatever on your growth. Like, but somehow these people decide just to eliminate these motivational centers from their life, get out of their way, just to stay in their comfort zone and just not to feel bad about themselves. I have bad news for people like that. They will still be feeling bad about themselves. So it's not about me. Okay, next insight. Nobody cares how much you work, how much you put into the project. So you should be working hard to learn how to work smart and just do it for yourself. Nobody really cares about anything you do. Just how you relax or how tired you might be. It's not to show off, because if you are just showing off, then you won't perform this way when nobody is looking. And you know what? There are a lot of time when nobody is looking. I literally understood that in the latest couple of weeks, because there are times when I am visible at work, like when I do calls and manage the projects with my agency, when I do these YouTube videos, or when I post stories, or when I do posts. And is that showing off? Yes, I think we are showing off a lot, and that's badass. Like we don't care that we are showing off. It's fine. Everybody wants to do that, and we are being like productive and badass and super creative when we are showing off. We're just posting these parts of our life when we are proud of ourselves, right? But we are not posting parts when I would be eating junk food, or when I would be sleeping in up till late, or I would be, I don't know, doing some dumb things. When nobody is watching and nobody is there to control me, there is no reason for me to actually do the work, to be productive. And it's really dangerous, because there are a lot of moments when nobody's watching. When I would wake up at 4 a.m., you know what, up till 10 a.m., nobody's gonna text me. Why? Because everybody's asleep, everybody's relaxing or doing something, so there is no need for me to work at all. Or like at night, a lot of people are working at night because they are not being disturbed, nobody's looking at them. I sometimes feel on the contrary, like when everybody's asleep, everybody's resting. I know that nobody cares whether I work from 11 p.m. to like, I don't know, 2 a.m. or something. Nobody cares. Nobody knows what I'm doing here. But I know that if I want to do this project, agency want to grow, we want scale up, we want get new followers anywhere, we want get new projects, a new portfolio, we want to grow. I'm doing that just for myself, not to show off. And there is really huge amount of work behind the curtains, backstage. So yeah, being consistent and doing when nobody is looking, it's really powerful. That's the thing that only you know, how much you do, how much you struggle, how much you do not want, how much you overcome yourself and your fears and everything. But that's the way you become powerful, I believe. And insight number 7, every time when I did some uncomfortable change for me, some call, delegated something I was afraid of doing, it resulted in great satisfaction with my life and the thing I'm doing. Every time I made a decision to spend my day sitting quietly at the desk and watching some series in the background, I regretted it at the end of the day. Why? Because I felt like shit. So it's the choice you make at the start. It's true. It's far more comfortable for me just to sit and design some random website for my client and get paid. Because I can get paid working as a designer. I can get paid working as a UI designer at some corporate job. I can get paid really well there. And I won't be stressed at all. Sure, like I worked on schedule. I worked like completed projects in a couple of days. I know how to do that. But it's not stressful anymore for me because I can just turn on some series and watching that and just designing something and just creating. That's easy for me. That's my comfort zone, definitely. But I did that in February for 2 weeks. I felt so depressed afterwards because I got no new clients. I was not posting anything new or creative. I was just deep into work. I got some money, but like, did I feel good? Did I feel like I was growing, moving somewhere? Did I feel like I can scale it up? Like it's moving somewhere. It's moving my business somewhere. No, it's not. Just it was me sitting in my comfort zone and having rest mentally. And that was the choice that I made at the start. So now I'm choosing to work hard, to think a lot, and to be in my comfort zone less. Have a nice day, and I'll see you tomorrow.